If your movie ends by the villain being defeated by a nipple twist, you're either watching complete garbage or pure cinema. Welcome to Creepin' It Real. Thanks for joining me. I'm Judah. We're talking about 1982's Kung Fu from Beyond the Grave. On the 7th lunar month, the Ghost Month, Hell's Gates briefly open, allowing spirits to roam the earth. A young martial artist is visited by his father's spirit. It tells him his death was no accident. He was murdered by a ruthless crime lord. The young man's father asks him to avenge his death. Now, that is not a deep plot at all, but it is shallow enough to use as a platter to serve up some of the craziest ghost kung fu ever put to screen. This is one of those movies where the title tells you everything you need to know. If Kung Fu from Beyond the Grave doesn't immediately sound like your kind of movie, it probably isn't. This movie is a horror comedy, and it makes it clear from the very start. During this young man's first meeting with his father's ghost, he kicks the ghost square in the face, sending it flying over the courtyard walls. This isn't scary. It's a goofy, spooky movie full of ghosts and other supernatural creatures, and we'll get to that in just a second. It's so goofy, in fact, I would have no trouble showing this to kids around 9 or 10 if it wasn't for this awkwardly placed sex scene that feels like it came from a totally different movie. As the young man goes through his journey for revenge, he discovers the crime boss is protected by a powerful black magic sorcerer. As a sorcerer in the hero battle, they summon ghosts and other supernatural beings, including Dracula himself, to fight on their behalf. The young man eventually gains the help of 2 other fighters, and I honestly have no idea why. It seems like they just stumbled onto the set, thought this guy could use some help, and we don't have anything going on, so why not? In one critical battle, the 3 heroes can't make any progress against the sorcerer, so they send in what can only be described as Barker's beauties to throw washcloths at him, and somehow it works. Now let me give some clarification on this scene right here, because I told you it exactly the way I perceived it. In my research, I came to find out those aren't washcloths. They're actually sanitary napkins. And according to Chinese folklore, menstrual blood weakens black magic and sorcery. So essentially, they were throwing their tampons at this man. Honestly, it must have been a pretty light month for all of them, because those were the whitest whites I have ever seen. With the sorcerer out of the way, the only thing left was to kill the crime boss. Unfortunately, the sorcerer was in the middle of a ritual that would grant this crime boss powers to be impervious from all weapons. Luckily for our hero, the ritual goes awry before it's completed, leaving him with one very unfortunate weak spot: his man boobs. Yes, I said it, his man boobs. One well-placed nipple twist will send this guy straight to hell. Like I said, if the title doesn't tell you whether this movie is for you, nothing I say will. I love rubber monsters. I love old kung fu movies. The sound effects, the wire works, the bad dubbing, it's all gold to me. And if you're like me, I'd say give this one a watch. But everyone else, you should probably stay far away. This isn't a good movie, but it did entertain me. For goofy fun, I'm giving Kung Fu from Beyond the Grave a 5 out of 10. Now, I need your help. I know there are a lot of bizarre kung fu horror movies out there, and I know I haven't seen all of them. So what I want as a favor, leave your recommendations in the comments below, because I'm always looking for another ridiculous martial arts horror movie to check out. If you made it this far, you're a champion. You get a gold star. Please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching. I'm Judah, and this has been Creepin' It Real. Talk to you later.